Hello everyone. I hope you all are utilizing your time in different meaningful activities and all you are safe and healthy. Today I am going to start the second part of chapter 4, that is catering and food service management of unit 2nd, food science and technology. In this video I will explain you about menu compiling, menu planning, food service management, food service manager, preparing for a career, scope of catering and food service industry, and career option in catering and food service industry. So, if you like my videos, then please like, share and subscribe it. In last video, I will explain you about catering and food service establishment. So now, just a recap of the basic terminology, that is food service. What is food service? Food service is the practice or business of making, transporting and serving prepared food. The purpose of food service is to supply food prepared under acceptable standard of sanitation and aesthetically served at a specified cost. And food service industry is a large industry or institution or companies that are responsible for any food and beverages preparation outside the home. These vary from very expensive hotels or restaurants to less expensive outlets such as any food outlet or food service in canteens, cafeteria and schools, colleges, university, industries, etc. Menu compiling. This is a term used in catering and food service management. A menu is a very important for any catering industry. A menu or bill of fare is a list of prepared dishes of food which are available to the customer. The compiling of menu is one of the most important job of the caterer. And there are a number of factors that must be taken into consideration before writing a menu. What is the aim? The aim of menu is to give customer what he want. What he want, not what the caterer think the customer want. It is depend on customer satisfaction. What customer demand is to give or provide them. All activities in food service unit are influenced by menu, and menu determines the ingredient required, the type and number of equipment required, and the expertise of the personnel and the number of employee. These all things is determined by the menu. For example, if you want to serve a Chinese Chinese recipes, then you have a cook or a chef who is expert in prepare Chinese food items. This is very simple. Now, menu planning. Menu planning is the first control point in the food service system. The menu is the listing of items for the sale. In a menu card, it should be prepared very carefully and listing out all the items which is prepared in your canteen or in your cafeteria, and then serve it to customer. Without a menu, the customer will not know what their options are for good to purchase. What points should be considered while planning a menu. Climate, very important. What season in which you serve the menu. Availability of the ingredient. Price range. Time of the day, means it is for breakfast, for lunch or for dinner. And no repetition of colors and flavors. This is very important for a menu, that there should be no repetition of colors and flavors. And price range also clearly mentioned in the menu card. Functions of a menu. There are two functions of menu. One is for customer and other for catering staff. For customer, it is what is available. Customer should know what is available in your canteen. And for catering staff, the catering staff must be know what is to be prepared according to the demand of the customer. There are 3 points of view of a well-planned menu. That is, the customer get value for money in terms of quantity of food served, variety and palatability, as well as the way the food is served. Second, the employees who have to translate the written menu into the actual food products. And third, the management who get satisfaction in terms of profit, good reputation, satisfied customer who will be come back to the establishment. It should be remembered in any business that customer satisfaction is must. This is today's market demand, that customer should be satisfied with your services, so that the customer will come back to you again and again. Now, food service management. What is food service management? A process of using resources to achieve goals through various interacting elements. Essentially, it involves taking decisions in order to achieve goal. The food service management involves few resources in general known as 6M, that is money, material, minutes, human resources, machines and market. These 6M is very important resources for any food service management. How much money you have to expend, which material is required, how much time is required, how much human resource industry is required, which type of machines required, and last that is very important, that market. How you market your services to the customer. What is the advantage of menu planning? Menu planning should be labor saving, time saving and cost effective. Nowadays, menu planning is being increasingly computerized. You go when you go a very good restaurant, you can look at the menu card. You can see it is very well explained what you are going to serve, what ingredients in that recipe. Translating the written menu into production of high quality food is the responsibility of the food service or caterer, food service manager or caterer. Whatever the type of food service and establishment running, the establishment required management skills. Without management skills, any catering services cannot earn profit. So function of management, there are 8 functions of management, that is planning, organizing, delegating, motivating, directing, reporting, budgeting, coordinating. These 8 functions of management is very important. So let's discuss these functions. First is planning. Success of any industry, not only the catering industry, any industry or any task, the success of any task or industry is depend on planning. When the planning is good or solid, then the result is will be also very good, or you may success in your industry. So planning aims settling clear objectives and policies, formulating a plan of action in accordance with those policies and objectives, delegating work to different staff members for a smooth operation, and answering what, where, when, who, how before starting the execution. Second is organizing. Organizing involves identifying the task of the organization, dividing the task into positions, assigning tasks and jobs each position's demand, and grouping the workers of one particular skill and ability together so the human resources is used very effectively. Third is staffing. Staffing involves employing persons with required skill and knowledge. Always select those person who is skilled according to your requirement, or who have knowledge what he have to done at your industry. Training human resources to obtain desired result. You must give them training for your required result. Next is directing and delegation. It involves distribution of workload to appropriately qualified individual at various level in the organization, taking quick decision on going basis, looking after the interest of the staff and not just the organization. Very important point, that the interest of a staff member is very important for doing the task, not just what is organization demand. If your staff is interested to do that task, then give it to them. Next is controlling. Very important function of any management. Ensuring that the performance is in accordance with the plan. What you planned, it running smoothly, it will be checked by controlling. Cost control by closely monitoring the income and expenditure, using a goal system of records, which is a tool to operate within predetermined financial limit. Next is coordinating. It involves interlinking and interconnecting various activities in an organization for smooth running and achieving the desired goal. So coordination is very important so that any company achieve their desired goal. Reporting. Reporting involves keeping different authorities of a department, that is manager, executive, informed about various tasks through reports, papers and records. And last but not the least, budgeting. Budgeting is very important for a catering service management. It involves planning for allocation of finances, optimum use of financial resources, and accounting. Now, these tasks were done by a food service manager. So, food service managers are responsible for the daily operation of restaurants or other establishments that prepare and serve food and beverages. They direct staff to ensure that customers are satisfied with their dining experience, and they manage the business to ensure that it is profitable. Some qualities is required for a good food service manager. What are the qualities required? That is knowledge of menu planning, food selection, preparation and service equipment required. Have organizational managerial skills, successful personal direction. Have an adequate system of cost control. Wisely utilize the space for physical layout of the unit. He must ensure the appropriate waste management practice and procedure are used. The entire operation should be environment friendly. So these are the qualities a food service manager must have. So when you are preparing for a career in catering and food service management, so you have some skills, some essential skills to succeed the food service industries. These are an interest in food and regular update of trends in national and international cuisines, ability to have good focus on quality production, sanitation and food cost controls, ability to establish, maintain and enforce consistently high performance standard, a friendly and outgoing disposition. Very important point, that is a good communication and interaction skill. Good organization ability with an eye for detail, pleasant, cheerful and encouraging personality, good command over language, foreign languages, and ability to be on your feet for long hours. You just prepare to stand long hours to earn profit for your industry. So, what is a career opportunity in catering and food service management? That is food service supervisor, cafeteria manager, catering manager, production manager, purchase manager, and food service director or assistant food service director. These are the career opportunities. Except these, catering is in amusement parks, catering in national, state and regional parks, catering for adventurous or ecotourism, catering for theme parties, product launches, banquet, office functions. In media show, there is a career opportunity. Specialist in cuisinology, writing for magazine, newspaper and media shows, and consultancy. So these are the career opportunities. Except these, different type of chef in hotels like executive chef, sauce chef, chef tournant, chef, station chef and chef de partie. These are not simple job of to be a chef. These chefs are when you become these type of chefs when you are specialized with training and so that you can work with so many other employees. You have to just supervise the other chefs. So this is all about your chapter 4, catering and food service management. I hope you will understand the lesson. Thank you so much for watching this video, and don't forget to like, share and subscribe.